State of California, as I was mentioning, is ushering in a new form of policy that will help keep fresh food safe to eat. They are retooling an existing committee, and here to talk a little bit about that is State Senator Dean Flores, who is actually the chair of that committee. Senator, good morning to you.
Good morning, Kiyoshi. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Okay, so talk about this. Why retool the committee right now?
Well, I think the key to it is to recognize that we've had so many problems with food safety. We had E. coli breakouts in spinach. We've had a whole host of issues, even recently with peanut butter and salmonella. And I think the Ag Committee traditionally here in the Capitol has been focused on one thing, and that is production and agriculture. And I think what we're now going to be focusing on as well is distribution and consumers. So the key to it is to bring consumers to the table. They've got issues with the food that they put in their mouth. They've got to be able to trust it. They've got to know it's safe, fresh, and available. And we're going to try and expand the entire role of the Ag Committee to have more consumers involved in the Ag Committee, and that's why we've renamed it the Food and Ag Committee. It's a much bigger issue when it comes to sustainable agriculture and making sure that consumers are at the table.
And Senator, let me ask you though, I mean, there are a lot of new regulations. There's that proposition that state voters just passed to prevent cruelty to animals.
Right.
Some of that stuff is probably going to cost folks, won't it? Consumers at the shelves when they go buy new, a package of meat or some leafy vegetables.
Well, I think that's yet to be seen, and I think the issue exactly is Prop 2, for example. Proposition 2 came about because it could not get a hearing in either the Senate or the Assembly Ag Committees. This committee is going to be looking at animal welfare and how we treat animals on the farm, and more importantly, how they're produced in a way that doesn't make folks go to the ballot and make food much more costly. So the goal of it is to be a much more open committee, listen to all voices, and I think animal welfare, sustainable agriculture, food safety, food security, they're all going to be topics of the new committee, and we're very excited. We're going to be traveling throughout California, and the most important thing is to get people involved. We're asking everyone to go to a website, that is CaliforniaSafeFoods.com, and start to tell us what they think the committee should be working on in the next year and a half.
All right, Dean Flores, unfortunately we are out of time due to some technical issues. I want to thank you for getting up early with us this morning, though, and talking to us about these big changes.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
You got it.
Welcome back. Politics Now, and the state Senate today announced details for a revamped agriculture committee that will focus more attention on food safety and environmental issues. 17's Lou Wasson is joining us in our news center tonight with details. Lou?
Well, Robin, the newly named Committee on Food and Agriculture will be chaired by Shafter Democrat Dean Flores, who is well known for pushing new regulations on the agriculture industry. Flores says he wants to use the committee to promote issues such as organic farming and improved treatment of farm animals. In addition, he wants to increase legislative oversight of the Department of Food and Agriculture and the state's agriculture industry. He cites Proposition 2, the voter-approved November ballot initiative that regulates cage sizes for farm animals such as chickens, as the kind of change he wants to see.
I think this is a big paradigm shift for the legislature, is that for the first time this committee is not just going to look at the production of food, we're going to look at the distribution of food, and we're also going to be talking about the consumption of food, how food is consumed, why it's consumed.
The other concern among those skeptical of this new committee is the possibility of driving business out of California. They fear stringent farming regulations could force people to look elsewhere to conduct business. Senator Flores says Proposition 2 was passed to protect livestock and fresh produce. The Agriculture Committee has in recent years been under Republican leadership, so this will be a change. And while Senator Flores does come from a rural area of the state, two of his Democratic colleagues on the committee hail from Berkeley and Agora Hills, areas not connected to the farming industry. Robin.
Shafter Senator Dean Flores has big plans to revamp the state Senate Agriculture Committee, hoping to take a new role in promoting issues that affect farmers right here in Kern County. Flores is changing the name of the Agricultural Committee to the Food and Agriculture Committee, saying he wants to use the committee to promote issues like organic farming and improved treatment of farm animals. He also wants to increase legislative oversight of the California Department of Food and Agriculture, as well as the state's agriculture industry.
But I think what we're going to try to do is to make sure that agriculture knows, particularly production agriculture, that, and working with them, I can tell you that many people in the industry I've worked with, we all want to see a safer product. The question is whether we're structured in a way to deal with that, and hopefully we will be able to do that. And I think we're going to do that here in the new Senate Food and Ag Committee. I'm very hopeful about that.
Flores did not say how much it would cost for consumers to implement his vision for new agriculture industry regulations.
State Senate Majority Leader Dean Flores has been named the new head of the Senate Committee on Food and Agriculture. He says he will focus on food safety and implementing
Prop 2. Flores replaces Republican Senator Abel Maldonado of Santa Maria. Maldonado claims he's being punished for criticizing lawmakers for accepting per diems during the budget crisis. The Senate pro tem denies that accusation.